A beautiful day for a potential cup upset. Ross County dispatched Celtic here at Hampden Park yesterday. Could it possibly be the most unlikeliest appearance for this 2010 Active Nation Scottish Cup final? Jamie Mole played in the semi-final last season, but it was a losing experience. Man he'll be hoping to beat. Dusan Pernic, who's been in wonderful form this season. New signing in recent months for Dundee United from Žilina, the Slovakian international. The first time in 47 years that Raith Rovers have reached the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup. John McGlynn hoping to steer them into the final. Peter Houston, the current caretaker boss of Dundee United, who will kick off. It's only 5 years since the Chancerines last played in a Scottish Cup final, but Raith Rovers have to go back a much, much longer way. 1913, their last and only decider, when they were beaten 2-0 by Falkirk. First touch for Grant Murray, and here goes Gregory Tade, the Frenchman from Nantes. Raith in the blue. Alan Walker. Dundee United throw, and Dundee United have Pennies in goal. A back four of Dillon, Webster, Dodds and Dixon. Four in midfield, Conway, Baubin, Gomez and Swanson. Up front, John Daly, and the goal-scoring sensation of the SPL this season, David Goodwillie. Tade. Seen a lot of him in the early seconds, and that's not a bad testing cross either. A cross which became a shot down the right-hand side from Gregory Tade. He's been around Scotland for a few years now. No real test of Dusan Pernic. Tade is the leading scorer this season with 8 goals for Raith, who line out like this. McGurn in goal. A back four of Galtwazy, Murray, Hall and Ellis. In midfield, Walker, Davidson, Simmons and Williamson. Up front, Mole and Tade. This is back for Gattuso to deal with. Goodwillie with it. What a season he's had, David Goodwillie, who's been with Dundee United from his youthful days. Top of the scoring charts for them. Third in the SPL. Great season they've had. Won't get any higher than third. And they'll have to do with that possession for the time being. A foul on Grant Murray by David Goodwillie. 11 goals this season, 2 in the cup. And what a din, what an atmosphere at Hampden. Almost 20,000 in today. A decision by the Scottish FA, very similar to what happened south of the border in having the semis played at the National Stadium. Tade. Good layoff for Alan Walker. But a little too much impotence and insolence. They won the Second Division Championship in Scotland, the 3rd tier last season, Raith. Dundee United were 5th in the SPL, but they will have a better finish this time. 8 points clear in 3rd. And if Celtic collapse towards the end of the season, then they might just grab 2nd and a Champions League qualifying spot. Gomez couldn't pounce. Good challenge by Tade. Well, the young lad from Nantes is already contributing a lot, not just down the right wing which he started, but the left also. 23 years old now. And the Cameroon international Thierry Goal to see. Free kicker will be. Pain for Ian Davidson. Might have had a much better career than what he had. Was a youth at Sunderland, but instead all his action has been in the low reaches of Scottish football. Ricardo Gomez, the player penalised. Tade heading beyond Jamie Mole, the young Englishman, 21 years old, currently on loan from Hearts. Scored 4 goals in the SPL for the Tynecastle outfit. 20,000 inside Hampden, and what a day. Raith free kick. John Daly, the offender. Peter Houston, who's taken over temporarily for the time being from Craig Levine. He and John McGlynn, the Raith manager, were at Hearts together. Header up by Darren Dodds, the Dundee United captain, and it's Laurie Ellis who scored the winning goal against Dundee in the quarter-final to deny a Tayside derby in the semis. John McGlynn, who was a youth at Bolton Wanderers, but whose career was spent mainly as a player in junior football in Scotland with Musselburgh Athletic and Whites Hill Welfare. Managed the former before joining Raith 4 years ago and guided them to the second division title last season. It's been a bit of a struggle in Division 1 for them. They are 7th, which is 4th from bottom. But they have the 4th best defensive record in the league. So Dundee United should find them very difficult to break down. Ellis. Good long ball down this left wing. And Mole looking for a free kick, but instead a goal kick for Dundee United. Nothing really in it either. Tangling with Andy Webster, currently on loan from Rangers. Stevie Simmons, who also scored against Dundee in the quarter-finals. Another foul against Gomez, Senegalese international, who has been given a little bit of leeway from our busy referee, Craig Thompson. He's having the year of his life. Foul by Gattuso, or on Gattuso rather. Acknowledged by Craig Conway. One times capped Scottish international and mistimed the challenge on the one times capped Cameroonian. It's the Raith fans making noise. But no excuse to make more for now. Swanson. That'll be a free kick, no doubt about it either. Gattuso, defender again. Not terribly subtle. And you may have thought that it's been a long time since Raith played at Hampden. Actually, the end of last season. This is where the last remaining amateur club in top-class British football, Queen's Park, play their home games. And Raith beat them 1-0 in the final game of last season to win the second division title. Good challenge by Gattuso this time. Eight finals Dundee United have played in. They've lost 7, most recently to Celtic in 2005. had lost 6 before they won their first against Rangers in '94. And some shocks along the way as well. Too long by Paul Dixon, a former Dundee old boy who surely must have anticipated when the draw was being made that he would be up against his former club in the last 4. Dundee knocked out 2-1 by Raith. Dundee United needing a replay to see off Rangers 1-0. And none of the scorers over the 2 games, the 4-goal scorers available for Dundee United today. Even opening 10 minutes, 0-0 between Dundee United and Raith. It'll be Walker again to take. Davidson has gone up, edge of the area, being marshalled by Andy Webster. Couldn't get a touch. It's a Raith throw, good position. Something which will be encouraging for them, maybe. Williamson has won. Raith Rovers the corner. Prospects here. It's good work by the forward Dunfermline youngster, still young, still 22. Dougie Hall has also come up from the back. Big prospects for Raith Rovers here. Well, Pernice didn't enjoy that, but here it comes again from Walker, and that one was overcooked. But Tade has cut it out, and he has a bit of space in front of him, thought about shooting. Davidson. And this is Stevie Simmons, good ball in, Mull with a chance, Walker with a chance, and Pernice pulled off a good save. Well, they're really putting it up to Dundee United immediately at Raith Rovers. It was Walker who had the final effort. And it's still alive, and this is Jamie Mull. Another corner for Raith Rovers, and Alan Walker almost made it 1-0. Good through ball by Simmons for Walker, timed it perfectly, and what a really good shot saved by Pernice. Point blank shooting and saving. And Walker takes the corner, and Pernice got a hand onto it again. Goal kick's been given. Palmed it onto the head. Darren Dodds defended it stoutly, but it was the goalkeeper who was up there. Dodds at the back post. Last touch adjudged to have been off the Raith man, and that's just about right, Ian Williamson. It was Davidson at the back post, should I say, but also an Ian. Six goals in 83 appearances for Raith Rovers, most of them from set plays. Davidson with just the 1 goal this season. Applause for Peter Houston, the Dundee United manager. More at how they're defending, rather the fact that they've had to defend a lot, I'm sure. But there is an invite from the previous Dundee United boss, Craig Levein, for him to get involved with the Scottish national setup. Levein now the Scotland national manager. An invite which Houston will take up. And here's Jamie Mull again. Lone Star from Hart, and a good ball. This is Gattuso taking on Gomez. Couldn't conjure the cross. Had a great opportunity to play it first time, and the whistle's gone against Gattuso, I think, because he handled the ball when he fell. He thought he'd been given the free kick. Not the case at all. He just fell and fell onto the ball and grabbed it. Bit naive. Best goal-scoring season this campaign for Gomez and Dundee United colours. For this campaign, featured in the side that were runners-up to Rangers on penalties in the League Cup final in 2008, the most recent decider that the team in orange have faced. Quarter of an hour gone in this Active Nations Scottish Cup semi-final. Gattuso putting a few feet wrong. 0-0 between Dundee United and Raith Rovers. There won't be dancing on the streets of Raith tonight, but maybe dancing on the streets of Kirkcaldy, the club named after a famous battle in the area many moons ago. By many moons, I mean about 1,500 years ago. Called by Alvin, but he misplaced it. And easy for David McGurn, twice a second division winner. Greenock Morton 3 years ago, Raith Rovers last year, and worries for Paul Dixon. He's limping already. Man who's already impressed Craig Levine. He's gone down, and I'm not sure if the recent call-up to the Scottish squad against the Czech Republic is going to be in a position to continue. It's going to have to go off. That's a big shame. Keith Watson then, the 20-year-old who made his debut in this competition 3 years ago against St Mirren, is coming on. And for Paul Dixon, I'm sorry to say, his Scottish Cup semi-final is over. Whether his Scottish Cup tournament is over, that is indeed something which he no longer has any influence on, but Keith Watson does. Beautiful sunshine day in Glasgow. Wish it was like this all the time. We've just had the harshest winter in these islands since the big freeze of the 62-63 season. Caused havoc with the Scottish Cup, went well behind schedule. Much the same way as Walker went behind the goal in vain. 5 goals this season, none in the Scottish Cup. Third highest scorer for Raith, who impressed John McGlynn so much whilst on loan a few seasons ago from Livingston that he was kept on. Way by Simmons. Mole chasing, and Mole's going to get there. Terrible back pass away by Pernice, and Dundee United are doing everything they can to make life difficult for themselves. So close to going behind. Lackadaisical doesn't describe it. Well, Keith Watson's introduction has been instant and almost painful, almost fatal. Tade has won the throw for Raith, taken by Gattuso. Laurie Ellis. No penetration down the left for Raith, who have dominated this semi-final so far. Gomez not being given a second to think by the Raith captain Ian Davidson. Good ball by Swanson, aimed at David Goodwillie. Tuesday didn't have too many options, but the way he dealt with that, calmness personified. Raith down the right, Walker, good ball, too far for Jamie Mole. Dundee United are not only not having this all their own way as they concede the 4th Raith corner of the game. I just wonder how much belief Raith have been given by Ross County's victory at odds of 12-1 against Celtic yesterday. Did take a clip along the way from Andy Webster, the Dundee United captain. And Alan Walker has gone to take, who played under Mark Proctor and my regular colleague Curtis Fleming at Livingston. Long one from Walker and a good one from Walker. And he'll have the chance to take another. Dodds with the last touch. Well, it was very heavy, but deliberately so. A real training ground move which almost came off, but which has resulted in yet another Raith Rovers corner. Close to the midway point of this first half. And Dushan Pernice is the goalkeeper who has had it all to do in this game. Simmons with the nod down, no sufficient support. Gattuso. Good touch. Has played in the top division in France, the Championnat, with Montpellier, with Cannes, before making his way down the divisions in France and made his way across to Scottish football. I'm not sure if this is exactly what Peter Houston has made provisions for, but there's only been one team in it so far, and it's not the SPL side. The third best team in Scotland are being outplayed at present by the 19th best, who should be ahead. Now, where is John McGlynn going? Wants a higher profile, or at the very least a higher viewing position at Hampden on this near side. Danny Swanson's used to playing against the likes of Raith Rovers, having spent most of his career with Berwick Rangers. 5 goals this season, 4th highest scorer for Dundee United. Just a slight clip, no more than that, on Craig Conway. The previous Dundee United manager, Craig Levein, has now got the destiny of his nation in his hands. Generally an appointment which has been given a big thumbs up, succeeding George Burley as Scotland manager. Alex McLeish, Walter Smith before him, both stepping down to take club managerial positions. McLeish with Birmingham City, Smith before him with Rangers. Bertie Vogt's regime didn't go down at all well. Man who had steered Germany to Euro 96 glory. Wonderful stadium, wonderful bowl. Had, like Wembley, become very much dilapidated before its big refurbishment, which is precisely what Dundee United need now. A lot being aimed at Jamie Mole in this game. Whilst Raith have started 4-4-2, it has transmerged now more into a 4-5-1, with Mole here on the ball being that one. Put out by Keith Watson. Back from a recent loan at East Fife. Lots of knee trouble. Hasn't been as regular as he'd have wished. Flags up for offside. Look good so far, Mole. 5 seasons at Hearts and lots of loan spells. And that, good Lord. Well, those water bottles absolutely destroyed, which is what Neil Lennon did yesterday, very deliberately. Celtic interim manager, after their defeat against Ross County, went and absolutely pulverised a whole rack of them. That was a little less deliberate this time. And that water, I'll tell you, could come in good use. Balmy day in Glasgow, it is welcome. The sun comes out, the fans do too. Always a big spike in the attendance figures come April and May. Long one away from Darren Dodds. Dundee United free kick. Ian Davidson may have felt he should have got one himself, but instead against him. From referee Craig Thompson, who's had a wonderfully busy month. League Cup final between Rangers and St Mirren here. Also officiated France-Spain lately, and the Europa League quarter-final, Valencia against Atletico. He and Dougie MacDonald are flying a brilliant flag for Scottish football in a refereeing sense. Always difficult to be a referee in Scotland, particularly when the big two come into the picture. No free kick that time, though. Tade, Gattuso was on the overlap. Tade, great break, trying to push it through towards Mole. Well held up, Sean Dillon had come across. Swanson. This is a good break for Dundee United, who've seen very little attacking play, and big applause from the three Dundee United substitutes for Danny Swanson, receiving the appreciation of Sandaza Kadamatre and Mari Williams. Swanson, no joy. Mole, deep. When he received the ball, no one in blue in the opposition half, but it's a long one for Ian Williamson. Good claim by Dusan Pernish. Beaten 3 times by Rangers in the original quarter-final tie, but what drama. Rangers 3-1 up, coasting. No problem. And they allowed Dundee United back into the game. Well, not only the water bottles, but that effects microphone just down in front of the dugout of Raith Rovers getting an absolute pummeling. Dillon, great ball, offside. What a super ball by Sean Dillon. Dougie Hill was cut out of position. John Daly, one doubling it to another. Good ball by Dillon towards Daly. Made life difficult for Rangers, didn't score. Joint top scorer with Goodwillie for Dundee United this season. Just one win in 6 since beating Dundee in the quarter-finals. Victory over Airdrie, and that was it. Great ball, flag stay down, in the net! David Goodwillie! A dozen goals this season for Dundee United, and firmly against the run of play. Dundee United are in front just before the half-hour mark, and that's why he's the hottest property in Scottish football right now. Super ball through by Swanson, great teamwork, and Goodwillie held it up, rounded McGurn, tapped it into the net, and that's why he's being touted for such a big move, but so cruel on Raith, who've been the better side, who don't deserve to trail, but they do. David Goodwillie. Good goal. There are times when football isn't fair, and this is one of those times. They will have to fight very hard, I fancy, to keep David Goodwillie. Not so much of the likes of Celtic and Rangers, who both declare themselves to be generally skint. But I fancy there may be a couple of decent clubs in the top 2 tiers in England who will be looking at him and saying, well, let's try a punt. Here's John Daly. Will he be a winner on Masters weekend? It's a corner for Dundee United, out off Dougie Hill. Good work by young Keith Watson down that right-hand side. Sprung very early after a quarter of an hour in place of the injured Paul Dixon. A hammer blow for Raith, but they can't concentrate on going behind. Sean Dillon has moved his way forward, a cup winner in Ireland twice with Longford United. Good header back, and the throw it will be. Sean Dillon, the former Longford Town man, with the throw. I was at those two cup finals, and in the same 2 seasons reached the League Cup finals also. Won one, lost the other. Since then, all the League Cup finals in Ireland have been televised live domestically, and that will be a Dundee United ball, and quite a lot of unhappiness from Gattuso. Corner it will be. Dillon making his way in towards the 6-yard box, but over his head. Good nod away by Grant Murray, and it's a Raith free kick, and Webster received a lot of the head of Murray, the United captain. Bam! Right on the side of the temple of Andy Webster, and Murray rammed his forward into him, not deliberately, but Webster will feel it. What day is it? What's your name? Can you walk in a straight line? We'll be able to continue that. 13 minutes before half-time, and Dundee United lead Raith Rovers by a 1-0, largely as expected. But the 10 men have wasted it, and the 10 men mopped up half an hour of solid pressure. And realistically, should be behind. Andy Webster set to return now. Dillon had a brief spell with Shelburne as well when they were high-flying side in Ireland, having joined them from Longford. 4th season in Scotland now, and has bedded in well to the SPL quality. Daly, Goodwilly's got one. No balance this time. Nice work by Grant Murray. And it is very much all hands on deck for a Raith point of view now. So much so that manager John McGlynn's had to come back down to the touchline again. Given away by Murray. Goodwilly was there, but it needed a perfectly timed intervention to deny him for another Dundee United corner. Ian Davidson flew in and timed it to perfection. Conway robbing Murray, Goodwilly in. First touch slightly let him down. Otherwise, you'd have fancied his chances to make it 2. In by Conway, and over the top. Webster could have been suffering from concussion as a result of that knock a few moments ago, and maybe still feeling a bit groggy. I doubt he knew much about it. Just flicked it over the top. Well, if it was 2-0, that would have been that. Walker leaves it for Davidson, who wins the free kick for Raith. League Cup winners here in 1995. Beat Celtic on penalties after a 2-2 draw. A famous day, not just in the history of the club, but the history of Scottish football also. It's only their second League Cup final, having lost to Rangers in '49. Whistle against Laurie Ellis that time. I fancy Swanson may have been in the air by the time the challenge came in. Slight bit of panic from Raith keeper David McGurn, who's seen very little of the ball. Just scuffed it away to Ellis, who wasn't being given a lot of time by Danny Swanson. And Raith are finding that more and more defensively now. Dundee United are chasing them down, adding pressure. Just about handling it so far, but there's still 50 minutes to go. Walker. Gattuso with Tade in front, and he's rounded his man well, trying to find a way past Dillon, and he did, but too far. But it's the sort of run which we saw from him in the first 10 minutes when Raith were strangling Dundee United. Since the goal, Raith have not looked as assured, and I think John McGlynn realises that. Tade dived in and has the free kick. Foul by Sean Dillon. Has been a league winner as well, Sean Dillon, with Shelburne in 2007. And at the end of that campaign, they went bust, were demoted to the bottom division of league football in Ireland, which is only the second flight anyway. Came across the Dundee United and looks good, looks the part here. That was him again. Davidson has beaten Goodwillie, and that was good play. Raith are beginning to turn the screw again, and Keith Watson, since coming on, hasn't looked assured at all, I think. His first contribution was the slip which almost led to a Walker goal. First time they've played in the Cup since 1987, when Dundee United won 1-0 in Kirkcaldy. Raith once enjoyed a finish as high as exactly where Dundee United are in the table now. Third place, 1922. Their league peak. Dundee United aiming for a Champions League spot next season, with Celtic demoralised, battered, bruised, playing incoherently at times. And how low is their confidence after losing to Ross County here yesterday? Being outplayed and outscored 2-0. It has given this side in orange something to aim for. Celtic are catchable. Craig Conway was pretty sure it was a corner, but Craig Thompson didn't agree. He can only ruefully smile. And if Dundee United do finish second, by the way, that is Champions League qualification. The last season for the time being that Scotland will have 2 places in the Champions League. That would mean Ross County automatically qualifying for next season's Europa League, even before playing the final. We've had some remarkable finalists, Airdrie and Gretna. Now Ross County. It's amazing. So long ago they were a non-league side. Swanson. What an opportunity again. And what a miss. John Daly. Just a sand wedge too high. All you have to do there is put it on target. He got under it too much. Eleven goals this season. Hands up for John Daly, being celebrated on local T-shirts these days. Remarkable, recognisable celebration from the Dubliner. Gregory Tade down, awkward fall, very awkward. Nasty, went up quite a height. Heavy landing from the Frenchman, from Nantes, first season with the club. Forfar, Stranraer and Clyde is previous ports of call. Drop ball which Alan Walker will hit back towards Dusan Pernis. Always wonder about pass backs like that, because if they're hit with a bit too much meat, and sometimes deliberately so, I don't quite know what would happen. This is Watson. Ellis with the control. Davidson with a long one, aimed for Jamie Mole, who's been kept very quiet the last 15 minutes or so, largely since the goal. Only one team in Scotland chancing the Raith fans. Walker. Tade on the overlap, and a good back heel for Walker, who is under pressure. And very nicely done by Prince Bouben. Well, there's a Prince Boateng playing for Portsmouth in the English FA Cup semi-final today. What chance a pair of princes earning victory today. It's looking good for the Scottish one anyway. Scottish base gun in. There's Bobbin again. Good block down by Laurie Ellis. Good Willie didn't have the balance that time. This is Ellis. Couldn't locate Williamson, who's playing in that roving role around midfield. Now Sean Dillon, who's up to James Wings because of that injury to Paul Dixon, moving across from right back to left back. Keith Watson, when the questions have been asked of him, having come on as sub, he's had difficulty in providing a proper answer. I don't feel Raith are testing him enough down there, left-hand side, the Dundee United right. Maybe now. Williamson. Just stop Watson's foot. Entering stoppage time. Good Willie now has scored one. Can he provide one? Free kick it'll be. Foul by Craig Conway. And 2 added minutes. We will play at the end of this first half at Hampden. David Goodwillie with the only goal so far, very well taken. And it's just the sheer quality of the man. Only chance he's had in the game, only bit of space he's been given, and he exploited it to the maximum. He's got the goal that puts Dundee United ahead. It's a super ball, first time for Mole, who's onside. Good pull back, good whip away too. Well, what a game he's having. Andy Webster whipped it away. It's a blue ball. Don't have too many forward options though. And the throw by Ellis for Mole wasn't distributed back. Ellis. And Simmons had a bit of space and a thought about a shot. Now there's a Dundee United break coming maybe. Bowman and Gomez combining. Goodwillie and Daly are both waiting in the middle. Conway took his time. Combined with Gomez. Won't get the free kick. And now maybe Raith can break. Williamson. Good work. Now Alan Walker. This is Mole. Cross needed to be testing, but they really, more than that, needed someone in the middle. Well, he's the lone front man, and he just panicked, I thought, somewhat in putting an early cross in. Had a few seconds maybe to shore it up, take on a man and then cross. But nothing doing for Raith that time, nothing doing for them in the first half. A great chance after 12 minutes. Walker's point-blank shot saved by Dushan Pernice. But it's Dundee United through David Goodwillie's 12th goal of the season. Very well taken goal, held it up, rounded goalkeeper David McGurn to finish. He was well found by Danny Swanson. Goodwillie, who nodded it down originally for Swanson, and that was the moment, just the extra second, the extra step to bring around the goalkeeper. That was the most decisive. Good finish by David Goodwillie. And it means at half-time, in the Glasgow sunshine, it's Dundee United 1, Raith Rovers 0.
This Sunday, it's showtime. Europe's premier kickboxing organisation returns with a stacked card from Budapest, Hungary. Fighters in action include Diama Brunner, Anderson Braddock Silva, Attila Karax, Vanaba Souks and Imre Salt. And in the main event, Csaba Györfy takes on Cosmo Alexander. It's Showtime Kickboxing this Sunday on Setanta Sports. The J-League has come to Setanta Sports. This Saturday, watch Gamba Osaka versus Shimizu S-Pulse. The J-League live on Setanta Sports.
Beginning to rise. That is just sensational. Oh, what a brilliant goal!
SPL midweek double. On Wednesday morning, Neil Lennon's Celtic take on Motherwell. And on Thursday morning, league leaders Rangers travel to Dundee United. A live SPL midweek double on Setanta Sports.
Tumultuous noise. Dundee United in the ascendancy, heading into the second half against the Raith Rovers. Hello again for Will Downing. Act of Nations Scottish Cup semi-final day. Celtic awaiting the winners. They would have wished. It did not turn out that way. A disastrous season for them, going from bad to worse. They will be spectators come mid-May. The words of John McGlynn will have been absorbed, but will they have been noticed? Alan Walker and Ian Davidson to get us underway for this second half. $17,671 here. Most of those from Kirkcaldy. Most of those happy with what they'd seen up to the 28th minute. But then John McGlynn's side went behind. Clyde were the victims. The only time Raith previously won a semi-final, but lost to Falkirk 2-0 in the decider. But a positive start to this second half. Darren Dodds with a less than confident push out. Taddy has found Mole. Goal kick. Tried to force the corner. Big tour of loans across Scotland for Jamie Mole. Swanson, good layoff from Good Willie. And Ian Davidson got away with what had been a strong Dundee United shout for handball. And this is Taddy again. Again, no whistle. Thompson getting a hit the chest. Williamson on the charge down the left-hand side, and Mole was waiting in the middle. Thompson was in the way, and it's a Dundee United throw. Garo Gomez has been the talisman alongside Danny Swanson in the Dundee United midfield. Never take for granted what football has in store for you. And Celtic will know that to their obvious pain. But Dundee United are trying to set up their place in the final now. Good Willie was up there, and for the third time in 2 minutes, an offside handball call isn't made. Mole, good ball for Walker. Not confident enough. Straight at Pernis. Williamson's strike. Needed to have a shot and worth a try. Not a lot of pace behind it, but at least it's given Raith a shot on goal. Walker. Good ball. Taddy. Flag was up very swiftly as soon as he ran onto it. Some big games lately for Craig Thompson. Now this was the first big call, and if there was handball, would have been by John Daly. Long release came off the chest, came off the head, the hand of John Daly. Very, very good call by Craig Thompson. Head of Daly. Played in the World Youth Championship for Ireland in 2003. But not as long a path for them as they'd done in the Damien Duff and Robbie Keane era back in '97 under Brian Kerr when they reached the semi-finals. Only time they've qualified the championships this millennium. Also made it in '99 and reached the second round. Raith have to make life difficult for Dundee United, have to push, have to attack, have to hurry. But they're allowing the opposition do it themselves. It'll be Watson's throw. Taddy away, but only Jamie Mole in anything like an advanced position for Raith. That will be a frustration from their point of view, that when they do get the ball anyway forward, from the likes of Ian Williamson, they're just not able to do much with it. Not so much possession early on. Dundee United clearly didn't know what hit them. They were there for the taking. The one true decent opportunity fell United's way. They punished John McGlynn's man. Pure quality of David Goodwillie. Scottish under-21 international, but there will be a senior call-up on the way, considering Craig Levine's personal experience with him. Out by Dodds. Alan Walker has support down the wing from Gattuso, who got the cross, and it's a good cross. Big pressure. Here's Walker, and he touched it instead of letting it bounce out for the corner. Jamie Mole's picked up a knock in the middle in the meantime. Gattuso with a good ball. That was intelligent play. Mole couldn't get there. Forced into an early change in his 21st game in charge, Peter Houston. Only 4 defeats in the previous 25 draws, 11 wins. Still challenging for Europe on 2 fronts. Challenging for silverware on 1. Sean Dillon has moved forward again. Good ball to the back, but too high for all. Beyond Dodds and beyond John Daly too. Couldn't have done too much more with that, Craig Conway. Seemed to get in each other's way, did Dodds and Goodwillie and Daly. By Gomez and beyond Bowden. both capped at international level for their respective African countries, Senegal and Ghana. Good ball away by Grant Murray, long and effective, just like his first goal for the club against Dunfermline back in September. Now a bit of running required here from Gregory Tade. He's got the pace, he's got the will. The only thing he hasn't got is the ball. Easy for Dodds to clear. And again. Crossfield for Keith Watson. And the youngster has got all of the right wing to scarf it down in Hampden. Past Davidson. Good cross. Great cross. Brilliant defending by Gattuso. Magnificent. Murray to effect the clearance. But a percentage of quality lower from Gattuso, and it would have been 2-0. No doubt about it. And it's been won back by Gomez for Dundee United. Goalkeeper's ball, McGurn to claim. And Gattuso, full marks, a star on the back for him. Well, that was magnificent defending. Well, it's all well and good to do the bread and butter stuff well. It makes you a solid defender, but by doing this, it brings you up a notch or two without a doubt. That was magnificent, because anybody else, any other situation, would have surely resulted in a stray leg and an own goal or the concession of a penalty. Daly! No. Fancy there was the use of a Dublin hand by John Daly. Yeah, there, actually twice. Good Willie it was. Couple of shoulders. And one. Just about enough to make it illegal. Supervision by Daly. Well, a free kick will result. Very game attempt to try and keep the move alive by Danny Swanson. He lost his footing first, then picked himself up and then brought Laurie Ellis down. Ellis had released the ball and Raith looked to be on their way down the left, but never mind, they have the free kick anyway. By Sean Dillon. Well, all the honours that Dillon's won have been won in his native Ireland. Closest he's come to a Scottish medal was that League Cup 2 seasons ago. The penalty competition was won by Rangers. Biggie Hill just didn't quite enough positioning to make hay down the flank and keep the ball in play. Instead, a Dundee United throw for Dillon. Good cross by Dillon, and it's a corner. McGurn and Ellis crossed wires, cross purposes, and it's a corner, and that's an awkward cross, the kind which goalkeepers hate, especially if there's someone at the back post. Dillon is up and Dodds is up. And surely all over. Andy Webster plays the captain's role. The lone star from Rangers has shot Raith Rovers down. What a header, super corner. Daly was up and missed it, but Dodds did it. Thumper through the legs of Stephen Simmons. McGurn had placed and unsighted. It was a perfect bulleted downward motion. It's the sort that goalkeepers hate, and it's the sort that Raith Rovers will definitely hate. Their task has now been doubled. Dundee United lead by 2-0 just before the hour at Hampden. Fourth goal of the season, first of the cup for Andy Webster. Graham Ware will be brought on swiftly for Raith. They need to make action, but they need to defend this first. Ian Williamson will be withdrawn just before the hour mark, 58 minutes. And Graham Ware, 6 seasons at Hearts, won at Queen of the South, and his third at Raith Rovers, replaces him. And the last time Graham Ware played at Hampden, he scored the goal against Queen's Park to win Raith Rovers the second division title. They need something similar today. They need it within the next 30 minutes. Gomez for Prince Baumann. Gomez forced the track back. That's the sort of pressure Raith need to apply, and Gregory Tade is the man applying it. Dundee voices quoting Elvis, United on song. The throw is theirs. David McGurn has won 2 second division titles in the last 3 seasons, the first with Greenock Morton, second in his first season with Raith. And whilst first division life has been difficult for them, Dundee United are trying to make life impossible for them now, with Daly coming through, McGurn out, good clearance. Looking a bit leggy as he tracks back. It's with Jamie Mole. Support from Walker. It's a Raith free kick. Mole burrowed down by Gomez, who made a mountain out of a mole. Free kick it is. Alan Walker will take the corner, or the free kick by the corner flag rather. Good float in and a good head. Well, that would have been some contribution. Mole with the head from the free kick that he won. Whipped in dangerously by Walker. That's better. Goal kick. Dudley Hill worked well, engineered it well. by Stephen Simmons for Mole. And Gattuso, they did keep it in, but at the expense of keeping possession. Good Willie. The deflection worked. Dundee United's way up to a point until the whistle of Craig Thompson. We're with little to do so far and yet to score this season. Hill. Back by Simmons from McGurn. And the more direct it is, maybe now the better for Raith to try and force themselves back into this game. In the 65th minute, Dundee United with the 2-0 lead. Walker, crossed by Simmons, another bad one, looking for both Mole and Weir, finding neither. Gattuso. His only goal during his 2 seasons at Hibs, a winning goal against Celtic. More of the same today will now be needed. Mole, no, handball call being heeded by Craig Thompson. Gattuso up and under, which Pernice went to claim and missed. Well, the funny thing from Dundee United's point of view, they may not have thought so, but their cup final at Ibrox, that 3-3 draw, thumping header from Andy Webster to make it 2-0 against the First Division side, with another lower division outfit waiting in the final in Ross County. Embarrassing for Celtic, whether it's round 3 or the penultimate one. It's Dundee United in attacking frame of mind again with the free kick. But the quarter-final would provide them with their final Premier Division opposition of the season in the Cup, and that is quite remarkable. Conway's been hacked down, and for the first time today it will be a yellow card, and is stabbed it against the new man Graham Weir. Taken 66 minutes to arrive against Weir. Useful position for Dundee United, this free kick. Similarly for this throw. Keith Watson has looked a lot more secure in the second half. Hasn't been taxed. Gomez, Bowden is in support. Swanson working hard. Mole all alone. He has at least the throw. Good advanced position as well, and wasting no time. Good throw for Walker. Didn't judge the bounce. Sum up the day for Raith. Major quality up to a point. think they found their saturation point. Marvellous, but only up to a point. And they will rue the opportunities they had and the possession they had in the first half hour without scoring, especially if they do net here and eventually lose 2-1. Head away by Keith Watson was vital. Back by Craig Conway. Blue ball. Long for Daly, but the ball had already gone out, so it's Walker's throw. Still a full quarter of the game remaining. Sufficient hope for Raith, but in what quantities? And how will it be fulfilled? Gomez is beginning to play with Raith a little. Davidson has received a facial knock, but they'll play on, and that's wise. It's Walker. Just clipped as he was putting it away. The contribution by Conway was sufficient. Could have allowed their man time to recover by putting the ball out, but they had a chance to catch Dundee United square. John Daly could have done likewise at this end. Unable to make it 3. And not only that, not only did he not connect properly, but Goodwillie was waiting in the middle. And Daly decided to be a lot more unselfish. Now here goes Mole, chance to run and to cross. Good flick on for Tadek. He's still in support if necessary, and Mole is making his way back. Tadek's going to have to do it all on his own here. Hard work, did well, possession retained. Well, they're working hard now, they're battling. Out off Walker. Couldn't punish Dundee United with the set piece. Long by Walker, might fall for Mole here. Couple of bounces too many. Swanson's won the throw, but wanted more, much more. Spied Goodwillie on the edge of the area. Intended for him. Dodds. Swanson. Murray with the head away. Success breeds success, and it's turning out to be Dundee United's best season since the Jim McLean days. Actually, won the league in '83, the cup in '94, beat Celtic by a point for their only championship success. Slender 1-0 victory over Rangers for their only annexation of this cup. Back-to-back wins to claim the League Cup in 1980 and 81 against Aberdeen, managed by Alex Ferguson and their neighbours Dundee the following year. Success has been hard-earned and has been fleeting. Good long ball by Walker, and Tadek has had a lengthy glare at the linesman. The suggestion that he was pulled back, but no colleagues. Gordon DL on the left, commentating today. 154 league goals he scored for Raith Rovers in his career. Commentating for BBC Radio Scotland today. You know what? He must wish he's out there. Always do ask my commentating colleagues, the former professionals, if it fills a gap for them. It isn't quite the same as playing, but they do appreciate it all. Corner it is, out by Gattuso. Class act. You can see the experience he's soaked up in the French First Division in Ligue 1. Belongs on this stage, does Thierry Gattuso. They scored from the last corner. Conway with this one. Way by Graham Ware. Not far. Boabin. Conway. Boabin too high. Only 3 goals this season for the former Ajax youth. Never played in the first team. Low drive was anticipated, but got under it. Scored against St Johnstone, Motherwell and Kilmarnock this campaign. Daly. Swanson in space. Goodwillie on the ground, but just a little bit of a knock. No unfairness interpreted by the Paisley official. Just a tangle and no more. A sultry Hampden day. We've not had enough of them this year. Hottest weekend of the year for certain. Yesterday being the hottest day of 2010 in the United Kingdom, and I fancy today has improved on it. Danny Swanson, man of the match performer today for me, is being withdrawn with 16 minutes to go and is getting the recognition he deserves. Jenison Mari Williams on, the 21-year-old signing from Bristol City at the start of the season. And Jamie Mole is being withdrawn and won't change his record of never scoring in the Scottish Cup. Darren Smith is on, who scored 2 goals in the Cup this campaign, both against Peterhead in the drawn game and the replay. Second change of the game after Williamson was withdrawn, replaced by Ware. Lost to Celtic in the 1963 semi-final. Last time Raith have been here. In the last 4 of the Scottish Cup. Conway. Great subduing job by Dundee United. They have pounced at precisely the right times. First of all, after Raith had dominated the first half hour. Free kick it is against Darren Dodds, who was captain against Rangers in the quarter-final, due to the lack of Andy Webster, who couldn't play against his parent club. Dragged back on Taddy. And after going ahead through David Goodwillie, Raith looking to claw back in the second half, and the confidence was growing from them again. And then Webster made it 2. Jennison Williams' first contribution in the Scottish Cup is to be fouled and to win the free kick for Dundee United. England under-18 international, but hasn't sufficiently interested Stuart Pearce to arrive to the thoughts of the England under-21 manager. This is Darren Smith's first touch. 10 minutes plus remaining. Taddy. Smith. Walker just ran beyond, but he still has an opportunity. So Alan Walker needs support, and he had Smith alongside him and couldn't find Taddy. And Grant Murray with a chance to strike forward. Dillon got the head. Walker's back in. Simmons. Well, it was important he had a shot. Important that he made Dusan Perni's work. He's not had to do a lot today. Wasn't going to be on target. And Pernish decided it was not worth the risk of allowing the shot go through. Safety first for Keith Watson. Gregory Tade in his zone. 9 minutes to hold out. Comfortable 2-0 lead. That's a long effort by Simmons. Was Raith's first strike on target since the 12th minute. Dillon inside for Dundee United. Webster back for Pernish. Slovakian international. Made his debut against Partick at the start of their cup run, round 3. Given away poorly, and this is Conway. The dagger is there, ready to be thrust for the final time. If United can break Raith down. Whistle's gone against Goodwillie. We're offside. And that's his last contribution. Man who got the opening goal for Dundee United, David Goodwillie, is being replaced by a man who once looked as if he was going to have a magnificent career in front of him. Danny Kadamatre. 6 years with Everton, and as a youngster scored the winning goal in a Merseyside derby in his second full season. Bradford, Leeds, Sheffield United, all great Yorkshire clubs after that. Then non-league with Grays. Back up in the Football League with Leicester City, Huddersfield Town. Then Craig Levine remembered him from his Leicester days and brought him north of the border. Fifth highest scorer this season for Dundee United with 4 goals, Danny Canamatri. 30 years old now. Signed for Everton at the age of 16. Literally, it does feel as if he's been around forever. If memory serves, I think he was Everton's youngest scorer when he netted against Liverpool. Webster's header out, Raith Rovers throw. That's the frustration coming out, I'm afraid, from Darren Smith. An active kick into the active nation boards. Raith are being subdued. They're being annoyed. Taddy. Simmons close. And this now is Laurie Ellis. Scored the winning goal against Dundee to deny a Tayside derby. Ware has an opportunity. Taddy, they've overplayed it. They should have had a shot by now. Maybe Taddy will have a go. Being pulled back, is he? Ware too far beyond Smith. Easy pickings for Pernish. And twice they had an option to shoot. Simmons and Taddy, and I don't know why they didn't. And the final pass was overhit by Graham Ware. And 4 minutes for Dundee United to maintain the status quo. This is Smith, and it's a corner. And Raith have a little bit of extra belief now. No time being wasted by Smith either. This is for Walker. And it's another corner. The big men are coming up. Dougie Hill and Grant Murray. The centre-backs are there. And Pernish flapped and let it fall, claiming a clatter on the head. It was a great whip in by Walker. Challenging for the Slovak. Eighth game of the season for these fans, and there will be a bit of consolation for those seeing themselves on the big screen, but for the others, time to drive home to Kirkcaldy. The bitter end cannot come soon enough for them. Foul on Dougie Hill, the young centre-back who looks to have a nice future with the club, and now cramp is playing its part on this warm Hampden day. When his head has hit the pillow, I'm not sure how often the Raith captain has dreamt of getting his hands on that wonderful old trophy. Last throw of the dice. Hill off, Ferry on. Hill unable to recover from cramp. His Scottish Cup semi-final is over. Mark Ferry on. Oh dear, Davidson. Well, dreams over now for Raith without any shadow of a doubt. Came off Dylan's head, good chest, and just snatched at it really. Matry, throw to result, entering the last minute of the 90. Conway's had a good game. Oh, pushed by Gattuso, very silly. 3 minutes of added time at the end of the semi-final. Loudest tannoy of any stadium I know. Created that one well. Myrie Williams is there as well on the back post. This is Conway. Into stoppage time now. 2-0 for Dundee United. Ross County awaiting in the final. They could never have thought, if they were going to reach the final, that their opponents in the two most important games at Hampden would be Raith Rovers and Ross County. It was an all-rated defeat for Celtic yesterday. Neil Lennon vitriolic, kicking water bottles all over the place after the game, kicking doors, possibly kicking his own players, certainly giving them a verbal lashing. And Celtic may not even finish second. Dundee United may yet overtake them. Confidence will have raised another notch, with United reaching their first final since 2005. And only a shock would deny them lifting the cup for the second time. We would have had the first ever all non-Premier Scottish Cup final that Raith won, but that is a piece of history which will be written some other day, some other year. Ross County may get their hands on the cup, but Raith shall not. Discerning film buffs among you may remember a film in the mid-80s starring a young Charlie Sheen called The Raith, where he played a ghost. Raith don't have a ghost of a chance now, and realistically haven't done since the hour mark. Their prospects faded away the moment Andy Webster's forehead connected with the ball, went through the legs of Stephen Simmons, and that was that. Matry with the chip. Gomez had made his way forward, but Murray there first. Dundee United throw. Old warhorse Grant Murray. His first semi-final despite playing for some super clubs. Victory for Dundee United. The Raith Rovers' dream has not come to pass. David Goodwillie continuing his run at the top of the scoring charts for Dundee United, putting them ahead after 28 minutes. Andy Webster playing the captain's part marvellously, making it 2 with a thumping header on 57. And we have an Active Nations Scottish Cup final we could scarcely have predicted. The caretakership of Peter Houston has produced what will now be a second visit to Hampden, and maybe, just maybe, a Champions League spot as well. Andy Webster could get his hands on the cup. It has finished Dundee United 2, Raith Rovers 0, and the Active Nations Scottish Cup final will pair Dundee United and Ross County from Will Downing and the Glasgow Sunshine. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.